this is gonna be a great trading recap video because honestly, I kind of had to think of like three different situations. Um, but let me ask you guys something before And Zero, if you can just tag everybody in chat, just be like
Yeah.
on VC about to start recap, something like that. Just add everybody in with a message like that, please. Thank you. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you rather be skilled, a little bit skilled in every area, or would you much rather try your absolute best to be perfect in one thing?
That's the one thing.
But then you're gonna be
Okay.
stupid at everything else, and there's just no sweet way to
No.
even sugarcoat that. So text it in the lounge chat, the lounge, the text chat, because I see some people in who are chatted. I mean muted. If you can't talk, I would really prefer you to talk. It's kind of getting irritating to read.
Do you mean just like in trading or in
No,
life?
no, no, just in general. Just in general. It does not have to be focused on training. It could be literally anything else. Literally, it could be a career or other hobbies, topics of your interest. Would you rather be skilled in one thing and damn near perfect at it, or would you rather be skilled in multiple areas, but eventually you can't really be perfect in one single thing? So, do you rather have all your eggs like partially full, maybe like quarter, maybe 50% full, or would you rather be all in one thing? This has always been like the most controversial thing that I genuinely have believed in. But text it. I don't. And if you're gonna text it, please always tag me so that I can get pings. I think that's HON. Oh, Zero. Did you not type? Or you did add everybody? Sweet.
Oh, I added everyone in the mental chat.
That's good.
To
That's
join the
good.
video.
Sweet. So we got K. Hey, what's up, K? Alrighty. Actually, I did say it's supposed to be at 7 o'clock. It's 12 minutes before 7. If you can see that clock on the top right. Um, let me read all this first. So that's great, dude. 60. That's $1 per point. $63. If we're just rounding up by 40 cents, $63. 63 points. $63. That's pretty insane. I mean, I think yeah, Solis did actually hold her trade a little bit longer. Solis is a lot better than me in holding. That's a for sure thing. I'm not. I bottom ticked my trade though. That's what was a little bit on the scarier side. But obviously, when I'm like I said, when I'm in the
I
money,
got
when I'm in the
I got
money,
92 points today.
I'm taking my I'm taking my profit no matter what. I've had it so many mistakes, so many times, not holding it. Thought the
That
Zanti.
actually happened today to me on my first trade. I was in profit. I was about to close the position, and then it just dumped like in a second, like 30 points.
Yeah, why am I tagging this guy? All right, let's give that just a solid 2 minutes. So 6:52, then we'll start it. Alrighty, so what did you guys say? Yo, good at a lot of things, but then you can never be perfect at one thing. And honestly, for me, I'd rather be the one guy that everybody comes to, and well, I already kind of am, um, and I just really want to be perfect, but I can't be perfect in every area. I mean, I don't care who says well. I personally am trying my best to be a perfect person in relationships, like a ideal and the best type of BF, but the best type of uncle and the best type of nephew, and you to be honest, I can't, because that's just how life is. You're always gonna be flawed. You're always gonna be kind of autistic to somebody. Even they could be more autistic than you. I mean, I generally have an autistic nephew, and he's like, "Our uncle was gone for 11 years. He's bullshit," and I can't change that. I spoiled him with so many drinks, took them out to arcades, even, um, even have been trying to make plans to fly them to LA since they're 500 miles north. Can't, no matter what. He doesn't want to even give me a chance. So you can't be perfect in all the areas, or but again, how would you, even if Sam, let's say even if you're gonna try to practice multiple things, you're kind of depriving yourself from one area, and doesn't that kind of go against what college is all about?
Well, I mean,
No, and be honest. No, no, this
it's
this doesn't have to be a debate. It's honest, you know. Go for it.
um,
I want to hear.
well, I don't think that question has like a. I mean, I don't think that's a very good question. First of all, because you can't like I don't know. It's hard to explain because you can't like only focus. Well, actually, me personally, because I'm really interested in chemistry. I've been learning chemistry now since I was like 14. However, I have like an immense amount of other interests like computer science, physics, nuclear chemistry, a lot of other stuff. So I think that if I only just practiced chemistry, then I would just get burnt out extremely quickly.
Okay.
And just like being good at one thing, it just sounds like very boring. Because I
Okay.
don't always want to learn chemistry. Like sometimes I want to play games and go to the gym and do other stuff.
Okay. And I respect that. It's all about opinions. There's no right or wrong, right? I can always shake hands on that. All in one basket. Again, for all those people who say they want to go all in one basket, it doesn't. I don't think that's right. I just feel like that's the most appropriate way to go. But again, so many people are skilled in so many areas. Honestly, that's talent right there. But something between all in one and a master. Yeah, it's kind of like saying yes or no. How do you say maybe? Hey, I have my AirPod in, but I'm not on my phone. But I'll try to respond. Well, yeah, sure. That's okay. Okay. Um, BRB. All right. Well, now I do want to start. Make sure all
Oh, yeah,
you
I'm back.
guys. Okay, sweet, perfect time. Make sure everybody votes, please. Um, this guy. This guy is anti-master needs help, but he can't get in here, bro. Um, he has passion too. That's what I like to see in people. I like passion. All right, let's jump on the market. All right, look, I think Zero, you know exactly. Maybe even Sion, if you're looking at just 30, I know exactly what Sion was thinking that I'd do, and it was a retest of market opening to my purple box with CSL. But that's after we came down, and we came down when we were all the way here,
You're not
and we
streaming, by the way.
flushed. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Am I? I'm not sharing my screen. That's embarrassing. Alrighty.
Or just yapping.
Yeah. Thanks. So we came. Let me delete this, bro. Let me just show you again. Alrighty. Everywhere on my screen. So came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down. Ideally, we were holding this for support, but when we finally broke it, we retested this. And then when we pushed above these wicks, looking to the left, look, we also came double top over here. Look, wicks are over here. Look, wick over here. Look, I mean, you have basically like right this area, right? Why I want to believe that's support, because it treated this right there was treated as resistance. Look to the left, which I definitely did. I could see like we're holding over here, support, resistance, support, resistance, resistance. Just honestly, just so many confluences, and it just matched like fluid with market structure. Now, I want to see this thing dump it below the 52177, and this is live, by the way, guys. So, but honestly, I really put the purple box there because I really wanted to see it hold support. Actually, it should have been like right here, but in this area, I wanted to see it hold support. What had happened? We could just go in a 1 minute time frame just so you guys can see it. It's this candle right here. We just bled through it. Really, really berserk, really weird in that sense. But then I'm like, okay, here's the thing. When I recognize that, we broke support, what does that mean? Just somebody, just type it or say it.
It's showing strength to the downside
Exactly.
and strength enough for the buyers.
Exactly. A change in market structure, right? That's exactly what it means. Zero, can you say it one more time?
Strength for sellers.
Exactly.
A change of market structure.
Exactly. So, people chatting in here, by the way? No. Yeah, so that's exactly what I wanted to see. Switch my bias from buy to sell. But here's the thing, you guys, and you guys have to understand this. It's the same zone. I want to see, let me just delete this blue line for the sake of this. I wanted to see a retested market opening to this. And you guys, don't, if you're not only on the 15-minute time frame, here's the thing. When you guys are on this time frame, and if we have a change of market structure, you don't have to jump in as soon as we retest it. Look, wait for market opening. Be patient. In other words, let the trade come to you. But what I noticed, so here, let me just show you guys again, just to be transparent of what I did, right? Where was it? It was in a mentor chat. Let me just show you guys. Okay, I took this first buy, by the way. I was out at 1631.44. Fast as trade, 5 seconds of a trade. To be honest, it was higher, but it was supposed to be more than 37. But I want you guys to realize why I took that buy. I took that buy right here. Why did I take a buy? Well, if we didn't retest here, and if we're such in a, I guess, this bullish market structure, right? So we held over here, pushed up. Now we're holding over here, right? Again, 2 candles plus the body of the double bottoms of that. Okay, so when we pushed higher, guess what? We're gonna have to do it again, right? So I kind of saw that last minute. It's not something that I, to be honest, not in a million of my years, my life, can I ever have expected that. But it's one of those things when you see price action happening live, you're bound to be like, okay, well, we've been doing all this. I want to see it hold over here. So I mean, saw that she wicked her, she did push up, came a little bit down, and then that's when I got it, and then she had immediately came up here. But here's the thing, she did come up here. That's when I took my profit, because I was scared, like, what if she just drops from here, right? If we didn't treat this as resistance then, what if we treat it as resistance now? I did not think she would push above it. I mean, she was so wicky around the 10-point radius of this and basically right here. So that's when I cut my trade. I guess I got a little bit more of a bad feel because she was already had dropped a little bit more. And it is what it is. I'm honestly not even sad about it. Just so we can see it, right? So I entered right here. You can see it. I entered off of this green wick, and then she pushed up a little bit, and then she retested it. I got out. I know it's so messy, guys, but I got out between these white lines. And what did she do? She came a little bit down. It was probably this candle. Again, it was 5 seconds, man. It was 5 seconds. So it came a little bit down, and then she just pushed up. Do I regret it? No, because I genuinely still stand with my bias. I know myself, and I know that this is not how, if I took a loss, then how would I be able to face myself, right? If I blew my account, look, trading a small account, you got to be real strict. So is that guy Croster here? He's not here. Oh, he is here. You're here, man. You said you want to trade a small account, put less money, trade it like how I've been doing it, right? So as you can tell, this is $296 after making $63. So I started, what was $230, something like that. I would just want to just be brutally honest, is that you're gonna have to play $1 per point, have at least 210, 250. I mean, if you have to, very least, right? At least 210, 250, because again, if you have a true 1 to 500 leverage broker, if you're trading a CFD broker, you can't have that leverage with a, well, you can't find the leverage in futures broker. You really have to acknowledge risk management, right? If you're risking 10 to 15 points please stick to, make sure you're please sticking to at least 2 times of that, right? So that's how you, there's somebody in here who I was noticing. Oh, it was Seiko. His trade, look at this, just for example purposes, right? And he did so good that I want to just show this, which was this morning on NAS. Just before I show him, I want you guys to see this. Now I wanted to sell, and look, she's wicking it. This is where I wanted to see a TP hit for a sell in US30. And before people, look, she even wicked at a market opening, came up and then just immediately dropped. And look, now we could, this is not a signal, by the way, but I wouldn't be surprised if she just curls all the way, at least. Yeah, I want to see this one curl all the way, but who knows? Again, not a signal, but you can see it just dropped, right? It just dropped from this area, just dropped. But what Seiko did, he took a buy over here. Rode it. Actually, he took it more like where my box is, to be honest, and you guys could see it in his recaps too. First, he took a loss. I think he got in this trade early. SL hit. Complete transparency. Good job, Seiko. Second trade. Same longs after rejection. He just waited. Again, this is the definition of let the trade come to you. Don't force a trade, guys. Let a trade come to you. So caught 93 points. And I just want you guys to really just acknowledge how tiny his stop loss is. Seiko, can you just say how tiny your stop loss was? Was it like 20, 15 points? It kind of looks like that.
It's 25.
25 points. 25 points of a stop loss, right? And look how much he caught. That is how you grow a small account. Honestly, I mean, I can always give flowers to people who trade better than me. Him and Solus definitely trade better than me. So, but you always try to make the most amount of light in your situation. So, when let me just delete my brush and try to just talk about what I did now. So, since I knew we clearly didn't get a retest to the purple box, not just a retest, but I also wanted to see it come down, wick it, and I want to jump in for shorts to ride this to create lower lows, right? Or at least somewhere around this area. This is where I was thinking of could have been a great TP for a sell. Would have been massive, but sure, why not? But she never touched it. Neither she ever come close. In fact, when she came up a little bit over here, it kind of seemed like this was a great resistance, but neither, if you look to the left, you can't say that's resistance. You can't say, yeah, sure, you have a wick, but you guys have to look at where body closures are too, right? Now, a lot of people tell me the way I learned body closures are OGs, but I personally think wicks also help you and guide you, tell more of a story than just where a mere body closure is. Unless if you have 2 or 3 or maybe a few body closures in the same designated area, that's completely where the story is, right? So, and it's not no secret that, my box over here, I'm not wrong, guys. I'm not wrong. Take a look. Why are we wicking this area? Now, sure, we did come up a little bit, but now we could dump it. Who knows? That's just trading in general. You trade what you know, and you trade what's to the best of your ability. Now, as long as you're in profit, even if that's $5, 5 points in profit, you're not wrong. It's just you have to learn where you can improve in other areas, such as entry, right? So, what I did when I started coming over here, took a trade. Already talked about that. I really wanted to see it break this. Obviously, we couldn't. We were very wicky even below this. Okay, so that was my first trade where I entered my sell. Well, I really wanted to see it hold resistance right here. We broke above it, and I was just kind of looking. I was like, okay, well, this isn't a horrible area right here. What am I doing? This right here. Looking to the left. I was like, we kind of came close, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks, 5, 6 wicks, 7 wicks, close enough. I was like, okay. So I immediately jumped in a trade. I wanted to enter, making sure that we wouldn't really use this as support by any means. Don't want to see this holding support by any means again. And I was just really scared that we could easily hold support over here somewhere, right? Somewhere over here. Somewhere over here. So really, I wanted to make sure that if I was gonna be wrong, I want to make sure that it's at least something I could afford, right? So meaning I want to make sure I'm willing to stop the trades as soon as I'm like 10, 15 points in drawdown, because if I'm already up 37 from my first trade, I don't want to give more. I don't want to risk anything more than 30 bucks, right? Because then it's hurting my account. I'm losing my own cash, losing equity. So took a sell. I did get out of TP. I mean, I did get out of the trade early. In a perfect world, I would have wanted to see this trade come below this. She did. I just took out. I got out of the trade early. So it was a very, very difficult morning. This was one of those mornings I couldn't predict the market to save my life, but I'm just reacting to what I see and also acknowledging what has been happening. Does that make any sense to you guys? Sometimes you can read it perfectly. It just doesn't mean that you're gonna get a trade. And then sometimes, just sit on your hands. I literally put both of my hands under my thighs as I'm sitting on my chair, and I'm like, what have we been doing? What's happening? Where is it wicking? I saw a wick here. First time it came a little bit up. Second time we retested. I was like, okay. You know what? We held basically right here, and then we retested right here with double wicks. Right? Every time we go up, come down, go up. Every time sorry, I'm getting a little bit confused. Every time we come down, come up, come down, new highs, come down, go up, again, standing at this point, treating this support, new highs. So what we're gonna do over here, hold it again, new highs. So again, I'm just realizing that right now. I didn't realize that. So at least not in detail. So any questions? Did for those who took a loss, what was your setup? Preferably if you guys are also trading US 30, talk to me, guys. You guys are in here. This is your moment to shine.
I took a win and then a loss on US 30.
Zero. If you don't mind, can you post in the chat or lounge chat, either or of your preference, or even your recap channel, your charts, unless if you.
But I already posted it. I'll just forward it again.
Okay.
Let me find it. So I took this trade. I mean, it was a good trade. It hit my take profit, but I didn't trail my stop loss good enough, and it ended up only being 19 points. So then, as you know, US 30 came up, and then it came back down. And it seemed to be holding resistance in the same area, so I took shorts again. I was in profit, but again, I didn't manage my risk, and I got out for a loss.
So you took a sell at this white dotted line.
Yeah.
So here's a problem, in my opinion. If we didn't retest the market opening and we just dumped massively, she does not want to retest that. Because if we already created not just a lower low per se, but if we were already, I mean, that's fair game, don't get me wrong, but that posed more of a threat after we already made a move, and now we come back to the area. I just feel like, don't get me wrong, didn't she wick it and then she just jumped up above all these?
I mean,
I think that's
I
when
got
she
in
pushed.
sales, and then it dumped, and then it retraced, and then it dumped again.
Okay. All right.
Let me send the 1 minute chart. So I got in here.
Nah,
and my thing.
I'm gonna just say that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anybody else? Since I am recording this, I also want to keep it on the short side too. I don't really think there's much to talk about. I want to keep these shorts. I don't want to take an hour every single day,
Did you at all consider the imbalance above current price before market open?
For basically this buy. For the buy that I wanted to see.
Yeah, because that's what I
That's why
my bias was long for today.
when you have a huge, don't get me wrong, in HLN especially, this is for you. You're in here, yeah, great. HLN, this is for you too. You should never consider an imbalance just for an analysis standpoint. That should be used more towards as a TP, as a stop loss standpoint. What's happening with the charts, the candles, the wicks, that's what's supposed to help and guide you exactly where we want to stand in terms of buys or sells.
Yeah, that wasn't my only reason for longs. That was just what because today I do agree that it was kind of hard to decide, but that's what drove me to prefer longs over shorts.
Now, sometimes when you see a massive candle like this candle here, guys, when you see a massive candle basically going up, you can't help, this is how stocks work. When you see a massive candle like that, you can't help but not to think, if we came up, we're bound to just dump somewhere, right? But if you took that buy, and this is why it's such an unhealthy and toxic mindset, but that's how you trade stocks, truly. If you did enter a sell over here somewhere, look how bad you would have got smoked out. 270 points. So, and not to mention, I think that was all-time highs too. Seems like it, yeah. That's all-time highs. So you have no proof in the mirror. So many people last Thursday got smoked, man. So I mean, I can look at the charts, and every time I see wicks, that's kind of, and I know things about wicks here and there too, especially with banks. Banks are the ones that causes wicks. New York Stock Exchange. You hardly see wicks below double bottoms, to be honest. That's more of a kind of a trap, especially it's very common with NAS. I can't really talk about US 30 so much because I haven't legally traded US 30, if you guys understand what that means, since this is going on YouTube. But you always want to be very cautious. It's banks who benefit off of that little liquidity. For them, that's a little liquidity, and they will get their orders by the damn wick, dude. Actually, as banks, what they use order flow, but they have their own specialized order flow for where they use to communicate with other traders in other banks or so and so, Federal Reserve, to see, and they use limit orders. So a sell limit order, what that means is that price has to come over there, tag it, and dump. Now, in most sites, most of the times too, we see those areas, but we don't know whether that's going to be TP. We don't know if that could be a stop loss. We don't know if price will go there. If price will stay there. We just know price will go there eventually. We don't know 100% when. So it's almost always a safe bet to say, if we pushed up, again, this is behind the scenes, right? We pushed up for so long, and on our charts, on our order flows, that we have something over here. Again, that's not data you guys can see. So everybody's saying, all the day traders saying use order flow. You guys do not have the tools the banks have. That's why yours is also inaccurate to begin with, because you don't have the tools that specialize. You don't have the equipment. I'm sorry, but these are easily 20 to 40, maybe even $70,000 worth of equipment. You don't have that. Day traders do not have any of the information. And truth to be told, we trade these things more like stocks. Okay, indices as in S&P 500, that's treated more as a indice. Again, it stands for its name, right? But banks don't trade US 30 and NAS like an indice. We trade it like a stock. That's why I think this is just so much more natural to me. But again, to keep it short and to kind of stay back to the point, don't try to catch a huge move and try to fade it. That's when you can get on tilt. I think if you're going to try to do that right in market opening, that's a fair chance, because that's what me and Solus have been doing. And, it's been yielding great profits, straight up. But gotta always be careful, okay, guys? Wouldn't be surprised. So just take a look what we can do. Since we broke this support, let's see if we can get a tap, and let's see if she treats it as resistance and just dumps, okay? Just dumps. I want to see that. Keep an eye on it. But any other questions from anybody? Retail order flow is bullshit, right? Also, I remember from my first mentorship, many orders. Yeah, they're millions, dude. Millions. Like 40, 90, 300 million hidden orders. When you see it's not a joke. You guys think this is just a Trump's market. Trump has enabled investors to go just haywire. I mean, just straight up wildfire, like fuel to a fire, right? He enabled price action to go berserk because he's a businessman. He wants companies to do good. It's no joke if you're like us. We're a type of investor, right? We're day traders to be exact. But if we're to qualify, I mean to, what we put on applications whenever you apply for a house, mortgage, loans, banks, or whatever, you would say you're an investor, not a day trader. This market enables investors to do, if you're just on the right side of the trade, to get rich. Companies are supposed to get rich in this economy. They are getting rich, right? Inflation. Who does it benefit? Inflation. The consumers? Definitely not the consumer because they don't have money to begin with. That $100 is now like $50 or $70. Always, always. This market is to favor investors. I don't know how else to say this, but if you're looking at day traders who say market is crazy, doing this, price action is bullshit. Price action is always gonna be bullshit. I'll just throw it out there. Price action has never, almost always, and never is perfect. That is the one thing that kind of just happens. To be honest, I can't really. Again, I see what happens, and it's always a huge game of tug of war behind the scenes. But just to keep it simple, there's no 100%. It's not even regulated price action, by the way. Like a candle moves up and down, up and down. Just to show you guys, up and down, up and down. Nobody can. That is not controlled. That's what I mean. It's not regulated. It's buyers and sellers. All those hidden orders. They're playing. They're pulling the tug of war game. They're just pulling it. So,
Isn't like the amount of lots you can trade regulated by market volume or something like that?
It's gonna be no. But I just want to see what makes you say that and where you're getting that from, or is that just a genuine curiosity?
I remember hearing something about that once, like the oil crash,
Yeah.
when oil prices went negative. I watched a video about that, and I recall them saying something about how back then the amount of trades you could make depended on the current market volume, and it could only be like 10%, and
Okay.
it basically was the runaway because that was the time that automated trading was coming in and computers were placing like tens of thousands of orders a second.
So you have two
But I
different.
might be just completely bullshitting. I
No,
don't
no,
remember.
no, no. You have. I get two factors in that situation that you just listed. One, you said automatic trading, bot trading, so they're capped. That's regulated.
Okay.
Otherwise, it could easily fuck up the economy. I mean, fuck up the markets, fuck up the supply and demand for that. So yes, it has to be regulated. It has to be a small percentage cap for that. To answer your question, another thing too is negative equity. The stock is negative, or was. You don't wanna. You don't want that stock to get marked as like a type of bankruptcy now, right? So it's kind of like trading a small account. So take small profit, lose even less if you have to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Scared investing, in other words. That's the best way to put it. EA bot is regulated. It's not legal as a whole in the United States of America. If companies use it, and if they somehow even, I don't know if anything has changed since the start of this year, since I already kind of was starting my retirement. Um, and definitely not in NYSE. There's no bots. I mean, single-handedly controlling portfolios. That's gonna be a long time before bots actually do make investments and trades. I just generally, I've been every few days and few weeks for the last few years, I've been hearing that possibility how bots are gonna take over investments and just ruin the employment field for us, right? For an equity investment officers, no, there's just they've tried and they failed miserably. In fact, they lost so much money. They've lost multiple six figures on it. I'm not even surprised if it's already surpassed the seven-figure mark. They keep putting money, not even the amount of money investing to create this possibility, but they've lost. All their EA bots have already surpassed. Probably, I'm not even surprised. Again, seven figures in, just losses by investing, trading. Um, and also this is a fun fact. The top 35 to 50 traders slash investors for Bitcoin, Ethereum, typically crypto. Let's just sum it up by saying the crypto world. They're billions in drawdown at the moment. How can a bot control that? How would a bot know when to eventually cut a loss? Because these people, one of them is $23 billion in drawdown. $23 billion, and he's literally kind of losing his mind on Twitter too. I don't remember his name. I will tag him whenever I kind of go on about my day. I'll probably remember. Yeah, he's kind of getting slowly convinced, like, is Bitcoin gonna crash? Because he was like, straight up, this is a good chunk of my wealth. Another.
Wait, 23 billion?
Yeah. As
Oh,
of
fuck.
Friday after market opening. I mean closing. He's in negative $23 billion. So
Does he have like a stop loss or something? Or
I don't think so. I don't. Again, I'm just another scroller on social media. When I saw that, I'm kind of still trying to figure out who this person is, and I want to kind of, obviously I have sources, so I get to see a little bit more of the inside, but I'm still doing my due diligence, to be honest.
To be honest, that's like the ultimate flex, being 23 billion in drawdown.
He's not
'Cause I
doing
mean,
good, dude. He's not doing good. He's not doing good. He's. You can tell his face. He has eye bags now, brown eye bags.
wow, that's
yeah, but I mean that surely like he has. Yeah, but to be 23 billion in drawdown, you have to have 23 billion to lose.
plus more.
I
Yeah.
don't really know this guy like that. I don't know how wealthy he is. You do stand up, yeah, you do. That's just crazy. That's a lot of money. Billions, guys, not millions. Billions. It was capitalized. Billions. So yeah. But anyways, I got some errands to do and I kinda wanna get off from my desk. I already did my trade recap. I think this was a great. I think videos like this are great. It also kind of forces you guys to kind of listen and to stop analyzing and stop getting your minds off the chart. So I want to do this a little bit more often whenever I can and whenever I want to. How does give me some feedback? Yes, no, was okay, was insightful, at least to some degree.
Yeah. It was great, as always.
Okay. HLN, how about for you? If you liked it, okay, sweet. Elixir. Of course, man. Of course.
I mean, honestly, I don't think today was that hard.
I
It was definitely
struggled.
harder than the entirety of last week.
I
I'll say
think
that.
last week was difficult, dude. It wasn't my cup of tea. Since I'm still
I really
sharing
liked
my,
it.
I just for people who liked it sweet. I mean, you can tell a lot about how a week is gonna be by the way it starts off. And by the way, let's go to market opening. I want you guys to look at this. So today was No News Monday. By the way, unlike every stupid ass day trader, furu guru wannabe. By the way, if you guys watched that video I posted on my Instagram last night, or it might have been to morning to some of you guys in the UK, this morning, early morning for you guys. there's this one guy who was like, he has a whole link mentorship, and he straight up mentioned just a month ago, he was like, I haven't had a payout in like 3 months, but man, the markets have been cooking me. And people are calling him out. He's like, you're the next Justin Warlaner, whatever his name is, however you pronounce it, right? How do you, guys, how do you say, how do you make trading content, trading advice, say how to trade, talk about price action, talk about setups, talk about so many of these dumb traders too are making trade recap videos like, if you don't take this, you're a donut. Oh, I just one trade retired my whole bloodline. Nigga, you just traded for 2 damn days and you already have a mentorship charging $1,500 per student. I think he reduced it like in half now, something like that. But still, $700 is not a joke. So it's crazy, man. Mentorships and how much they used to cost in my day. $300 was an arm and leg, and I'm not even that much older than you guys. So that's saying something. That's saying something. That's really talking about how fucked up the whole trading space has just become as a whole. So that's also why I love doing this shit for free, because nobody even has the heart to actually teach people. Nobody. It's always a business module. People are like, my time is money. I'm not giving my time if I'm not getting paid. Okay, sure, but don't do it if you don't have the love for the game. Even if that's $50 or $100, I think that's still a steal. Don't you? Wouldn't you guys agree?
Oh.
Yeah. So be cautious. Watch the video on my Instagram. I tagged that video and I was like, it's all these trading gurus, fools trying to fuck up people. They don't care. They don't. Really throws me off. But again, it makes me happy that, for all you guys who actually show up to the VC, because you guys want to learn. Even if you guys are not there, I can tell, obviously HLN, you're the number one person that's on my mind, because I can tell you're struggling. But you know what? As long as you're here, I'm here. We're gonna try to make this work. So that's all that it's about. So have an amazing day, guys. Get off the damn charts. Get off your computers. Get off your phone.
Happy Monday, everyone.
Yeah. Zero, if you want to play some Five Nights at Freddy's or something, or you want to stay and stream.
No, I have to go now.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but I'll
Alright,
be on
guys.
later.
Yeah, just tag me, bro. Peace, love, and cheers, guys.